morning, everyone. I am Carol of Carol Sunshine Design. I welcome you tonight. Tonight I'm going to do something a little bit different. I am going to make a large wreath made of ribbons, not a wreath, I'm sorry, a big bow. This bow will be the size about 21 inches. It'll be a huge bow. It'll be one of those bows that you might want to put on top of a tree. You will notice that I detach the tails. I make the big bow and then I make the tails, because some people want the tail, some people don't. And some people want to be able to roll their tails, you know, up and down and around their tree. So they want to be able to put that on separately. So I make it separate where you can use it as a regular tail, or you can use it as a detached tail and put it on where it's needed. So that gives you an option. So let's look down and let's get started. This is called the hand. The bow hand, and the reason for that title is because all these pegs hold your loops rather than actually holding them in your hand, and you can get a lot more bows that way, a lot more loops. So we're going to use a red velvet ribbon, and we're going to use a red and white striped ribbon. And then to add a little bit of different color in there, we are going to use a red, green, and white ribbon. And in this, it has the cars, which is a very popular theme this Christmas. So we've got those three ribbons that we're going to use on this bow today. I made another bow the other day, and I will show you that at the end here. So we're going to put these three pieces of ribbon together. I'm going to kind of gather it a little bit, make it really tight, and then I have on my board here, I have a piece of wire that I'm going to wrap around here just as tight as I can, because I don't want this to come loose at all, so I will pull it very, very tight. Okay? And then I'm going to take this same thing and I'm going to wrap it around the peg. And that secures it to the hand bow maker. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to twist it so the wrong side is showing. And I'm going to take it up to this center peg and I'm going to loop it around just like that, pull it snug. I'm going to come down here. When I get to the peg, I'm going to gather them, and then I'm going to twist them again because I want the wrong side showing. Pull my ribbons here a little bit. All right, I want to keep them straight. All right, now that I've got that pulled, this red one doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. All right, now I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it on the next peg. I'm going to pull it snug. I'm going to come over to my post and I'm going to gather it. And once again, I'm going to twist it. Once again, the wrong side is up. Okay, I'm going to come around to the next peg, come around to my post here, and gather it. I'm going to twist it so the wrong side shows now, because that makes the right side go around the peg. There we go. Pull it snug. My table's a little slippery. Let me pull some of this. There we go. All right, now I'm going to take this again and I'm going to gather it and untwist it. If you notice, I'm twisting up. Okay, and I'm pulling it snug. I'm going to go to the next peg. Okay, keeping them together as neatly as I can. Get it over here. When I get to the peg, give it a little snug tug. Snug tug. Gather it, twist it up, go to the next peg. Keep them in order here. We don't want to mess up our order. The order is important. All right. There we go. Try this again. Twist it. Put it around the next peg. Give it a tug. Gather it together. Twist it up. Make sure I keep everything lined up here. Go to the next peg. Make sure they're all straight. There we go. Give it a tug. Give these guys a tug again. There we go. All right. And keep them straight. There's always one that likes to be ornery. Right? I'll give it a tug, give it a tug, then I gather it, then I twist it up, and I go to the next peg. I gave it another tug. Keeping them together neatly is important, so that's why I make sure I get them like that. Then I gather and I twist. And I twist. I want to make sure I have everybody lined up correctly. I'm going to go to the next one. Give it a slight tug. Make sure they're all lined up. Gather it at the post. Twist it up. Whoops. Didn't get that gathered very good, did I? Okay, now we'll twist it up. Go to the next peg. Oh, we're almost done. Come to the next one. While I'm in this vicinity, I'm going to hold on to this a minute and give this another tug. There we go. Get our ribbons snug as a bug in a rug. All right, now I'm going to gather, twist, line these up. That red one likes to misbehave. All right, let's see. Got that in there. We're going to give it a tug. I'm going to come to the next one. Get my red one back in line. Oh, good. There he is. All right. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to gather. We're going to twist. Give it a tug. Come to the last one on that side. I'm going to come to this one over here. Oh, that red one likes to get in the way. There we go. All right, somebody's messed up here. Let's see what happened. That one's right. You twist it. No. got twisted here somewhere. Let's go back and check it out. All right, that one's right. No, it's not. Where did we get twisted? Oh, goodness. Oh, this one's right. So I got twisted in, I see it. All right, see how important it is to get these straight? Let me straighten out this top one. See, he got twisted right there. All right, so now we'll do this again. Twist it. Yep, that's right. That one's right now. Okay, when we get here, we're going to gather it. We're going to twist it. Got to make sure that top one behaves. He did. Okay. Give it a tug. Give it a gather. Give it a twist. Make sure my top one's right. And it is. Okay, we're going to gather. Going to tug. We're going to twist. Okay, gonna go here. Oops, he wants to mess up again. There we go. All right, now we're back to the beginning. Oh, nope, we got one more to go. Sorry. Make sure this one's right. Yep. Boy, he likes to get twisted now. The red one was misbehaving, now it's the green one. All right, now we're back to the beginning. When we get back to the beginning, if we were adding tails to this, and we're not going to, we would measure out our tails, but we're not adding tails to this, so we're going to cut this right off and tie it off with our wire. So let me get my scissors. I'm going to cut this right here. There we go. And we're going to gather this together and put it by our post. And we're going to unroll our wire that I rolled around here. Make sure I get it unwound just right. Someone's walking up. All right, let's see. Gotta make sure I get this wire off of here. There we go. And I tucked a piece of wire underneath, so at the end we could wrap this. Let me get that wire. Make sure I cut that off, yep. All right, so now, the strategic part of this thing. So we want to be sure we get this so tight that it cannot come undone, okay? So we are going to pull this and twist it. I just twist it twice, and then we're going to lift it off of our board very gently. All right, so now it looks like this. We're through with the board. Pull this out. All right, so now it looks kind of like a fan. So now I only wrapped it around twice because now that I have it off of there, I can squeeze it as hard as you can. And then you can twist it tighter, which is what you want. You want it as tight as you can get it without messing up your wire. So I'm going to pull this really, really tight. right. And I'm going to wrap this around a bazillion times. So I got it good. And now the last thing you're going to do to your bow is fluff it. You start, put this down here like this. You start at the bottom, the bottom of your stack here, and you just take 2 of the bow loops and you pull them in either direction. So I'm going to take, and it doesn't really matter what pattern you use, I'm going to take the 2 in the middle and I'm going to yank them very hard. Well, not very, very hard, but I want to be sure that I get them well separated, because that will give you your fluff. So now I've got one on this side and I want to turn it so it turns out this way. You don't want it to stay attached, so I'm going to pull it this way. And the one that I have in the middle will be the color that I use in the middle for this one. But now your next one that you go to, you're going to do opposite. And you choose how you want to do that. You can do, so I still have my 3 colors. I have red, green, and stripe. So this time when I pull it, I don't want another red one over here because I already have that. So I'm going to either put the green one over there. I think I will. I'll put the green one over here. I'll hold it and pull. And I'm going to put the red one on the other side, which puts the striped one in the middle this time. So they're in different patterns now. Okay? Now you go to your next one. Get this one pulled a little tighter. All right, so now I've got that, that, and that. So the next one, I want a green one on the right, on my right, because I have green in the middle, I have green on the left. Now I want to move green to the right. And I want to move the red stripe to the left, which leaves the red one in the middle. Okay, now I've established my pattern. So I'm going to go look at my bottom one now, and I'm going to pull out my red one. And let's see, on the bottom I have the striped one on the left. So I'm going to take these 2 and pull them this way and leave the green one in the middle, because that's what I did on the bottom. So I have 3 steps to my layers. So my second layer, my bottom layer started with red, so my second layer starts with stripe. So I'm going to go to my next one, and I'm going to find, here it is, I'm going to find my stripe, and that one's right here. And let me see, what did I do for the next one? I think I put the red one on the, there we go, on the left side. So now I'm pulling them this way. All right, and I have one more on this side, then we're going to turn it around. So on this side, I'm going to put the green one on the outside over here, and the red one on the outside over here. Okay, so now I've done this side. I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to do the very same pattern on the other side. Start at the bottom. So let's see, we have on the very bottom over here, we had a red one. So we're going to take our striped one this time and put it over there, and put red on the other side, because we don't want 2 reds together if we can help it. So let's pull those 2. With the green one in the middle. Then we'll go to the next layer, and we'll do the red on the left, my left, and the stripe on the other side. Okay, so now on the next level, I'm going to put green on this side and red on this side. Okay, and now we're going to go back to, let's see, did we put a green on that side? No, we didn't. Let's do a green on that side. So green on that side, red in the middle, striped on the outside. Then we're going to do green, stripe, and red. I'm going to do green on the other side, red on the one side, stripe on the other, green in the middle. And this last one will have green on my right, red in the middle, stripe in the middle, and red on the left. Alright, so now I've pulled them all, but that looks like a mess, doesn't it? Now it's our job to fluff it, which is a lot of people's favorite part of it. I love to make it beautiful, but sometimes I struggle getting the right balance. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to try to get the right balance because I want everything fluffy. I want everything pulled out from inside. So you want to make sure that deep inside you get them separated. That's kind of where I guess I struggle, because if you don't get them separated way at the base, then they don't fluff pretty. So that's what I work on. See, this one needs to be pulled more from the base. But I've learned that that's what I need to check, is to go into the base and make sure you get it pulled all the way out. So I go in and I fluff, go in and fluff, make sure you've pulled it. Oh, here's one that needs to be pulled. All right, we got this one. I'm fluffing the base now, so you may not be seeing a whole lot of difference yet. Didn't fluff very good. There we go. All right, now I'm going to go to the next layer. Make sure I get them all pulled apart. There's one that didn't get pulled right. Okay, then we pull this one. Get them all fluffed. The ribbon is the quality of the ribbon is important. You need to make sure that you get stiff ribbon to do this, because if you don't have it stiff enough, it likes to collapse. I noticed that the green ribbon isn't as stiff as the other two. So far it doesn't seem to be mattering, but you really do have to keep an eye on that part of it, so the ribbon stays exactly where you want it. Okay, let's see, I see a hole over here. Phew. All right, I think we got this part done. So now this is the actual bow. Now I said that I detach. I'm going to hold it up and let you see it. Let's see, let me measure it. I told you it was about a 21-inch bow. Let's see. It looks like this one is an 18-inch bow. This one turned out 18 inches. So we have an 18-inch bow. Now let's make our tails. For my 18-inch bows, I like to do a 35-inch tail. And I do two of them, you know, one for, had you done it on the bow, it would have been down on the same side. So I'm going to take, I'll back up here. I'm going to take all three of my ribbons get them all lined up here. 1, 2, and 3. I'll take all 3 of my ribbons. Get them all lined up here. Whoops. Let's see what we got here. All right, there's half. Cut that. And the reason I cut it is so it will, the ribbon will be on the right side rather than the wrong side. Because if I were to just fold it over, you'd have a right side and a wrong side, and we don't want that. So let's cut this. All right. So now I'm going to gather this, and I'm going to take this, and I'm going to make sure they're on the same side, and I'm going to gather this one. So that way the truck is on the same side. Now let me get me a zip tie here so I can tie this really tight, because we don't want it slipping out of there. Should pull this really tight. All right. Did I put bare scissors down there? Yeah, I did. Alright, so let's cut this. So now we have our tails. At the end of the tails, I'm going to, I like my tails dove cut. Tails to be cut in like the shape of a dove's tail. It looks like that. Some people like to cut them straight across, and there's a couple of times that I would say, yes, I do cut it that way, but most of the time I don't. But I can cut all these at the same time. Let's see. All right, I think I cut them all. All right, so these are our tails. And the reason I cut them like this, as I said at the beginning, I don't want when I sell them to have them attached, because some people don't use them that way. So if I send them, you can attach them to the back of your bow, and it would look just like normal. And so you could have tails if you did it this way. I'll step back. But if you wanted to attach these to your, say your Christmas tree, and you wanted your tails in a specific place, then you could attach this wherever you want, and you could cover it with an ornament. You could have it, you know, tucked under the bow, but in the position that you want it. And then that gives you the opportunity to take your tail and to roll it up like this, and then to find the inside of it. Let me pull this up tight. Find the inside of it and give it a pull, and then you have a curl down the side of your tree. So that's an option. If you choose, if you think, oh, I don't like that, just wipe it up. So that's why I do mine detached. It will come with a wire around it, so you can attach it wherever you want to. Now, I told you at the beginning that I would show you the other one that I made. So this is the one with the tail. They both have detachable tails. This is the one we made today, with the red striped and the red truck. And this is the one I made the other day. It has shiny red, velvet red, and red and white. And then it has tails as well that you can do underneath, or you can put it wherever you like. And I already have the string on the wire on this one. So that's those. Now, if you don't want one that big, I also make, I think I have a couple of these in my shop pictured already, but not all of them. I think I did picture this one, I think. So we have this one. I can make them this size. And I can make them any size in between. And I can even make teeny tiny ones. I made this one, which would make a real pretty hanging. You know, you could put that on a smaller tree. You could get 3 of these and put them around the top of your tree. And if you like shiny, I have this shiny one. I think that one turned out really pretty. And then I think that's all the ones that I have made. But if ever you want a particular bow, if you liked this kind of bow but you didn't want those colors, all you have to do is go on Etsy and message me and tell me what colors you would like. Tell me if you want one smaller. This is the largest I can make. But I can make anything smaller than this. A little bit smaller than that, a little bit. Because if you noticed on this board, let me pull this out again. If you notice on this board, whoops, I can make, this is the size, the biggest one that was like 18 to 19 inches. But then they have 1, 2, 3, 4, even a tiny bow like for a birthday present or something. So, you know, you can go down in size on this board. And then I know how to make them by hand, but I'm not very good at making them by hand for the smaller ones. I think this one I made by hand. This one I made by hand. And I think this one I made by hand. So I can make them by hand when they're smaller. But when they start getting big, like the one we made today, I think I have to rely on the hand machine, the board. So that's what I have today. We will put them in, by the time you see this, they'll be on Etsy. So if you like what you see, go on Etsy and you can buy it. We have the 2 that I showed you, this size, and if you want a different kind, all you have to do is message me and I'd be glad to make whatever you want. So that's it for tonight. God bless.